everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of my tips and tricks that I use when I'm growing out my nails. So when I moved back in November, I decided to cut all of my nails really short because I knew I was going to be packing things, moving things around, and I didn't want my nails to break. When they're too long and they break for me, they tend to break at a very painful and uncomfortable spot. So to prevent that, I cut my nails super short. You couldn't even see them past the skin. They were little nubs, but that was fine. I was like, by the time I even get back to swatching nail polishes or making videos, it's gonna be a few months. These again are going to be tips and tricks that I use when I am growing out my nails. Sorry, I keep like looking at the viewfinder. I'm still trying to get used to this filming setup, and again, please excuse the mess. I just moved, so I'm still unpacking my office. My office is the last thing that I chose to unpack, but you know, I hope you guys excuse the mess. So, very first thing I do when I'm growing out my nails is I start on a regimen of Biotin. I like to get like the vegetarian Biotin. So, this is the brand that I use. It's called Natural. I buy a 2-pack of this from Amazon. It's relatively inexpensive. I like the capsules. I don't really have a problem with taking these, and I always get the maximum strength. So the second thing I like to do is I always like to have some type of protein treatment. So my favorite protein treatment for my nails is the Nailtiques Formula 2. I've talked about this several times in my videos as a favorite. I've talked about it with my current nail care routine, and this is basically like a nail care routine, but more intended for growing out your nails. But I still use this even after I'm not like intentionally trying to like regrow my nails or have a bad break, because I like to use this as a base coat. For a period of like 3 or 4 days, I don't wear anything on my nails, and I'll just wear a coat of this. On the next day, I reapply a second coat, and then 2 days later, I reapply a third coat. I remove it and start all over again. So that's how I like to use this. And then when I am using something, I'll do a coat of the protein, and then I'll top it off with this. So this is the Perfect Formula pink gel coat, and it's not a gel polish. You don't have to use like a UV or LED light to like cure this or anything like that. It's basically like I don't want to say a thicker top coat, but it's a really nice top coat. It doesn't really flake or chip, but it's intended to help grow your nails. I like to put this over top of the protein. I'll do 2 coats of this and then 1 coat of this. Sometimes I'll just wear that like on its own, like a natural nail polish, but I like to wear that underneath my next tip that I have for growing your nails out. So I like to use nail wraps, especially when my nails are really short, to kind of give my nails that little extra protection. I haven't really heard of another company, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't really heard of another company that does these vinyl nail wraps. So these are a little bit on the thicker side. They come on this like plastic backing here, and there's an adhesive on the back. So you would peel these off and apply them to your nails. You can do 2 fingers with one of these strips. So I have an entire video dedicated to how I apply my Jamberry nail wraps. That's if I want to wear them for like a 2-week period. I basically add like a gel top coat on top of it to kind of seal everything in, but just wearing these 2 underneath help the nail wrap adhere to my natural nail. I wash dishes like every day. I do a lot of things with my hands, especially now that I'm like packing and unpacking and moving things around, and I've had these on for a week. There is a little bit of lifting, but I honestly can maybe see like 1 or 2 nails that have a little bit of lifting, but it's not enough where if I like run my fingers through my hair or something like that, or I style my hair, that it gets caught on it. So just wearing these 2 with the nail wraps and following the standard application, I get about a week and a half wear out of these nail wraps. I like to change them out every week. because I like doing my nails every week, but these have really helped my nails kind of grow back out. I'm still keeping them relatively short because I like to keep them a little bit on the shorter side when I'm in school. They really are a lifesaver when it comes to growing your nails out. If you wear them for about a week, they are gonna, like I said, naturally start lifting on their own. So if you apply a little bit of like cuticle oil to it, it's gonna be pretty easy to remove these and they don't damage your nails. The next thing I wanna talk about is cuticle oil. So I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I use cuticle oil and I do the cuticle oil treatment every 2 days. That's even with my nail wraps on, but especially during the weeks where I have bare nails, I like to just soak my nails in cuticle oil. So I will put a good amount of cuticle oil on my nails and then I'll put it on the like under part of my nails and I'll just let it sit there for about 10 minutes and then I will rub it in. So I have found that when I use some type of cuticle oil, there's different types of cuticle oil. This is from KB Shimmer. I have like little bottles of cuticle oil that you can just get, you know, anywhere, Ulta, CVS, Walmart. Any cuticle oil will do. Pretty much you just want to like hydrate your nails, nourish them, condition them, and that'll help them grow. And then the last trick or tip that I have for you guys is make sure you are using a good nail file. So because I do my nails once a week, I always make sure I use a glass nail file. And the reason I like a glass nail file is because it's not gonna do that much damage to the nail like a regular like coarse or like a I don't know what you call them, like a standard nail file. It's a little too rough on my nails and it causes kind of like damage to the tips of my nails when I do it. So I like to use a glass nail file if I do have to like reshape or actually file my nail down. But if not, I'll just use a fine buffing block. So I get these from Sally's Beauty Supply. I'm sure you can find them online. So I'm sure you can find something like this on Amazon, but it's the finest grit that you can find. And this is kind of what I use to shape my nail just a little bit. And when I push my cuticles back, I kind of lightly buff that little cuticle area to remove any like dead skin or like dead cuticle basically. And that keeps my nails nice and healthy. Pushing back your cuticles, another tip and trick, but I don't think it's necessary. I just do it because I like the way my nails look when I push back my cuticles. But yeah, I feel like filing and shaping your nails and what type of file you use to shape your nails can really help with breakage. I noticed that when I use a traditional nail file, I tend to have a lot more like breaking and chipping when I do that. And when I use my glass nail file or just like a very fine grit buffer, it doesn't really do that. So those are the tips and tricks that I use when I'm growing out my nails. I hope you guys found this video interesting or maybe even helpful. I hope some of these possibly work for you guys. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys have any tips and tricks that you guys use when you're growing out your nails. I'm sure people would be appreciative if you guys share. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I try to post 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then on Sunday or every other Sunday, I like to do a weekly makeup basket. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.